Yes, hello.
Yes. Is this Cameron?
Yeah, this is Cameron.
I saw the thing on your post on your Craigslist for a refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to get rid of this refrigerator. Um, it
Okay.
kind of a long story right there. So this belonged to a roommate of mine, and we kicked him out today. And we're
Oh, it sucks.
yeah, well, it's for non-payment of rent. And actually, his mother had to come and get him. This is a 39-year-old man, and he was just obsessed with these Japanese animation cartoons, and that's all he
Oh,
did all
anime?
day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what he called it. So all he would do is watch these Japanese cartoons all day, and when we went into his room, it was just we essentially evicted him, and his mother came and got
Uh,
him, and we said, do you want to like take his stuff with you? And she's like, no, if you wouldn't mind terribly, just throw it all out or whatever. So we're just
okay.
bagging up all of his stuff, and he had a mini fridge there, which it's not great because we're on solar power here, and it really explains like a lot of why we're having some problems with our electrical grid or whatever here. Anyhow, yeah,
Yeah.
we have one refrigerator for the house, and we definitely do not need a mini fridge. Uh, and if it just sits around and does nothing, it's just taking up space. I'm a minimalist, and
Mhm. So, if you don't mind me asking, what did he keep in the fridge? Because I mean, if he's
so
not
he
paying rent,
he
you
had
never know what he
he
puts
had
in
the
there.
he had the miniature fridge in his room there, and I'm right now in the process of trying to clear out all this junk. You would not believe it. This is a grown man. He had a job at a bank, but the inside of his room, it's like a 14-year-old girl's room. There's like all these posters of little girls all over the room, and all these little
Mhm.
plastic toys of like dragons and all kinds of whatnot and everything. What was this man doing with his life? He has there's a whole shelf, and it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comic books, and like I guess graphic novels is what they like to call them today. But literally like
Doing
shelves of
something
these
right,
things.
apparently.
Yeah, like
I
uh,
mean, he working at a bank, man. That's
yeah,
not bad.
yeah. It's just the whole room is full of this stuff, and we're trying to have like a neutral carbon footprint. How am I going to recycle all this jazz? I don't know even know what plastic these figurines are made out of. It's just such a huge waste of
I
God.
bet
It's
if you took a
killing me.
picture of him, and put him on Craigslist, you can just give them away, make
Huh?
scholarship, like you do with the refrigerator. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Honestly, like I just didn't think anybody would want this junk there. It's just yeah.
do you mind if I take a look at it when I
No,
come
you're
up?
totally welcome to take it. Honestly, I've just been throwing everything in garbage bags, but uh, yeah, you're welcome to take a look through here. You know, I just want to get it gone from my place. I really made a mistake talking with this guy because I like had an interview with him, and he said he didn't like Trump and everything, and I just assumed that he was a reasonable liberal person, but
Yeah.
then he's started wearing around one of those red hats and everything, and ugh,
I don't know what to tell you about that one. Sounds
yeah,
like uh, he seems like he was doing something and then gave up on life a little while ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He would never go out with
Can't pay. I mean, he works for a bank, but he can't pay rent,
yeah. Well,
and he said he'd be good with money.
his excuse was that you know he um, he was saving up to go to Japan for like the longest time, but he would just constantly be getting packages sent in, and I was always grilling him about it because they're so wasteful. They send so much packing material, and it's
Right.
difficult to recycle all that cardboard and everything. But ugh. Um, so anyhow,
Yeah.
if you'd
Hey,
like to come
actually,
by,
are you renting too? Because you could. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I know a
that
buddy of mine is looking for a place.
if you know a buddy who's looking for a place, yeah, we absolutely need to rent out the room. And yeah, I subsidize most of it here. We actually have a grant because we're part of a federal program for energy neutral houses right there. Because we set up
Hmm.
like the solar array and we have a cistern and we do all our own composting and everything like that. So the rent here is actually quite inexpensive. I was, and which is why when this guy couldn't pay rent, I was like, "Are you serious?" Because the rent here for that room is only $200 a month, right? And
Are
I
you
know
serious?
I know for a fact that this guy spent easily upwards of 3 or 4 times that on these manga cartoons in that very same month. So it's one of those things where I even let him slide for a couple of months. I'm just like, I'll just cover it here. I don't want to kick
Oh
somebody
yeah.
out because they're not able to pay. But after 3 months, it was just, we called his mother, 39-year-old man, and we called his mother to come and get him, and he was just sobbing and
God,
sobbing, and ugh.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, it's one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
Oh
All right.
yeah!
I'm at
So
work, so I can't watch right now, but I'm working on a
Hold
song
on
for
just a
Terry
second.
Davis.
oh,
I'll keep
who's
you.
that?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, sorry, it's a voicemail actually coming in for me. They come as text to speech or whatever there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me give you the
Okay,
address
so I
here.
can.
What's your name?
Yeah, yeah. My name's Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. How are you? Yeah, my name is Cameron. Um,
Hey.
and so, hold on just a second. So, the address is 6940 Peyote Way in Colorado Springs.
Okay. Hold on, let me get a pen.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Um, oh shoot. You know what? I was giving you actually the address of my work. I don't know what I'm thinking there. So, 716 East Boulder
Hmm.
Street,
Okay.
and that's in Colorado Springs. It's 80903.
All right.
Okay. And yeah, just give me a call once you're there and I'll set everything up. Yeah, you're more than welcome to take a look at the anime. If your friend would like to take a look at the room, I'd like to clean it out before I show it to people or whatever. But if you feel like you would understand the situation, it's a pretty large room.
No, yeah, like
It's 14 by 12 and has a window. And it's a pretty quiet house, actually. You'll see it when you come in here. And yeah, it's actually a really nice space for somebody who's conscientious and chill. I know
now.
I may sound like kind of an
Are you guys
asshole dealing with this guy and like evicting him and everything, but really
Mhm.
he went too far.
Now, is is like friends over okay?
No, yeah. I mean, this is like a really chill place to hang out for the most part. There are 3 people living here,
And
and
okay.
like it's not like some crazy situation. People are weird because the rent is so low, but essentially the foundation owns the property right there, and we receive grant money for staying energy neutral. And the only like real drawback is maybe about 4 times a year, people will come through and essentially it's like sort of a show house for this. So about 3 or 4 weekends a year, people will come through and kind of take a look, and I'll talk with. I do most of the talking there, and I just kind of like explain like, hey, this is what's going on there, and like the house has been on several different like home and garden network shows and everything. When people talk about like how can you have an energy neutral house where you generate
Right. Yeah.
all the electricity that you use there. And it's just like a lot of me talking about like the battery technology that we use and solar cell efficiency and stuff like water saving and all that. So it
Yeah.
definitely
Actually,
the main thing that we're looking for is somebody who has some kind of reasonable commitment to the environment and sustainable living. And if those things are true, then they'll get along just fine here. Like,
yeah.
I'm actually a guidance
I mean,
counselor at a high school, so I generally don't have problems at all um, dealing with like anybody for any reason. So, okay,
so I mean, I mean, my buddy's name's Roger.
okay, cool.
Uh, he and I actually thought about creating this like this gym,
Hmm.
right? It's just like it's all bikes, and like you hook up the bikes
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
a relay, and then people as they work out, they just like charge up this
Generate the
battery.
electricity. Yeah, like a lot of
Yeah,
so on the East Coast, there are a lot of places like Soul Cycle and so spinning is what that's called. I know, I know a lot of people associate that with, oh, it's just women that do spinning or whatever there. But a lot of these places will generate the electricity and they keep a running total, and people will compete with each
Yeah,
other
exactly.
for like
Exactly.
leaderboards and stuff like that. Yeah, it's actually not too difficult to set up the electrical element of what you're talking about there in terms of like relays and batteries in parallel and everything there. Um, you can actually charge just a standard lead acid battery cell that way there. People can actually bring
Yeah.
in their own battery and take it home with them if they want to generate like some amount of. Unfortunately,
I'm
just turning a crank, you don't get great efficiency out of it there. So it'd be like essentially you can charge your phone while you're there. But that's the majority of the energy that you will generate there.
probably.
Yeah, do you have a background in fitness or anything?
Yeah, I played some football for a while.
Okay. You sounded like you
Unfortunately, the
kind of sound like an MMA guy or something like that.
no, I don't. I'm not that flexible.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, football is like as far as I can go, but
Yeah,
unfortunately,
you would
yeah,
have so many
they cut my
injuries from
teeth.
football. Yeah, that you wouldn't be able to MMA afterward is the way that I see it. For a lot of the time, you'll have like these big guys, right? Like they played in the
Yeah,
NFL and so forth. They'll try and come over to UFC, and just they'll have so many
no,
lingering injuries from football, like ACL, MCL tears, and stuff like that. That they can make it like 3 or 4 fights, and they're athletes, like they're good fighters, right? They know how to train, and they have the adrenaline and everything, but usually they're too ate up by the time they've gone through their football career, and they can't MMA.
yeah, no, I
But
can't do that.
yeah, one of the big MMA guys that I'm a big fan of there, and sorry to talk on and on about this, is actually like a
Oh
huge
no,
proponent of flexibility training, even for athletes who are doing traditional sports like rugby and football and basketball and so forth. He has all of the people that go to his gym and do physical conditioning with him. They all do pretty intensive yoga as part of their thing, and they all have a stretching practice right there. And I think he sees some of like the lowest injury rates um, of like I forget exactly. I don't want to speak falsely here on how it. I know he has like a very low injury rate in comparison to other professional gyms where they compete in MMA. But yeah, I did Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for about 12 years, and was able to actually get a belt at a Gracie school. So I'm very very interested there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this Conor McGregor fight that's coming up. You should check that out. If even if you don't
oh
like
yeah,
MMA usually, that should be like some fireworks there.
absolutely, man. I'm not a big MMA guy, but I watch a lot of football, and
Hmm. Yeah, that was actually
man,
when I started watching MMA because this girl I was dating at the time, like when football season was over, kind of like sorry if it's a little blue or whatever there, but she liked to watch real violent sports, and then we get her going, and then we would have sex, and then when football season was over. And rugby wasn't playing or whatever, she was kind of like looking for her fix, to see these dudes like Mortal Kombat and everything like that. And I wasn't competing in jujitsu any longer. And she was kind of like, and then we found that we could watch MMA together, and that saved the relationship there. But then she wound up cheating on me with several dudes. So I
I
had to
mean,
let her go.
I'd get an MMA for that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's why you get into fighting in the first place, to get girls. To tell you the truth, get ripped and
Right.
get girls or get guys or whatever it is that you're looking for. But anyhow,
Apparently, it's not football anymore. It's all MMA.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So what?
the whole Kaepernick thing has really soured a lot of people on the NFL, and it's a shame, really. Like it's a shame that nationalism has to get into an athletic contest in that way, but that really is how it is.
Okay, well, so the refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah. So you got my address.
When is it best to come over?
Anytime, really. Like you can come now if you'd like.
Okay,
All right,
all
man.
right.
You
I'm
said
looking
your
on
name was
the
Andrew?
Google Maps. Yeah, my name's Andrew.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah,
about 15 minutes away.
all right, well, I'll see you real soon, Andrew.
Not bad. All right. Penis pump.
Penis bump. Lol.